Hello my viewers, welcome back again to another presentation. Effective way to prove land ownership in Nigeria. The effective way to prove land ownership in Nigeria. When A say he has a land and B says he has the same land, how do you prove ownership? Now, this video is going to educate you. It's going to enlighten you on how to prove your title ownership in Nigeria. There are number of effective ways to prove land ownership in Nigeria. And here are some of the common methods that you need to know. Number one, certificate of occupancy. A C of O is a document issued by government that grants the owner the right to use and develop a piece of land. It is a right that confers occupancy. A grant given by the government to a landowner. It is the most common form of the land title in Nigeria. One thing you need to know is that once you have C of O, you have the chance, the greater chance of proving that this land belongs to you. But let me tell you that the C of O is not the only way to prove your title document. There are other things that you need to know. Another thing that is very important that you need to show to prove your ownership of land title is what is called deed of assignment. Deed of assignment is a legal document. It's a legal document that transfers ownership of land from A to B. It is typically used while selling a land. When you want to transfer interest from land to another, deed of assignment. But let me tell you, when it comes to deed of assignment, there are other deeds that carry the same weight as deed of assignment. What are the other deeds? Deed of assent. When somebody die and give his property by way of will, and the family member gather themselves and apply for grant of probate, and once they get the grant of that probate, then they now decide to sell or to assign those property to people. They will always do what is called deed of assent. It is the same thing with deed of assignment. It only confers legal interest. Deed of gift. When somebody wants to create a gift, want to give you property, there must be what is called deed of gift. They cannot just give you with word of mouth. Somebody say, that my property is so place, I hereby give you the property. They will now sketch out a document, paper, but they don't have a property. They don't have title over that. So take note of that. So deed of legal mortgage, they are all deed. You want to obtain loan from bank. What bank will do is that they will look for a property. They must give you that for a property that has root title, collateral. They will use that particular property or any other one that you use as a secondary collateral. They will use it and prepare a deed of legal mortgage conveying the title to themselves, to the bank, so that when you default, they don't need you to do away with your property. So take note, deed is a very powerful tool, and it's one of the best root of title. You must have it. Most of us don't know the difference between deed of assignment and contract of sale. Now let me tell you when you use contract of sale and deed of assignment at the same time. One, in transaction where there are some condition precedent to the sale of the property. In some circumstances where the person selling the property is not the one that has the right of occupancy. The contract of sale will be involved. Let me explain a scenario. Now, you want to buy a property in a quarter villa, Lekki, Lagos. The developer of that property selling the property to you does not have governor consent, or does not have any root title, any right of occupancy. Government does not recognize him. Maybe he still have the title with the family owner, the people he bought the land before he developed the land. Once the situation is like that, what it implies that developer has only equitable interest, equitable rights over that property. He does not have the legal title. What they do in a situation like that is that they will draft a contract of sale between you, the buyer, that's the purchaser, and the vendor, the developer. That will enable you to extinguish the equitable interest he has over that portion, that parcel, that particular building, and conveying it to you. It's evidencing that he has sold his property to you, and consideration will be mentioned here. Then at that same moment, a deed of assignment will be executed between you and the person that has the right of occupancy. And that person that has the right of occupancy will execute that deed of assignment and give you what is called Form 1C. And with that, you can go for perfection of title documents. Please take note that there are some circumstances where you need deed of assignment to go in line with contract of sale when you want to buy property. And there are some circumstances where you don't need contract of sale, you only need deed of assignment. But let me tell you, there is no transaction. You want to buy property from A to B that you don't need a deed. It's very important. They call it deed of assignment, deed of conveyance. If it's a PCL state, property and conveyancing state, like Lagos, Ogun, Oyo, Osun, thereabout, most of these western states, they apart from the Kwara state, they use deed of assignment. When they talk about eastern part of Nigeria, where they have conveyancing states, conveyancing estates, CA states, but it's not the subject of our discussion. Those places, Enugu, Anambra, Ebonyi, Abia, you use what is called deed of conveyance, but it's the same thing. It carries the same weight. So it's a very powerful way to prove land ownership if you can be able to show it. And that deed of assignment has a very good reciter. That reciter will show the trace of the hereditament from the family owner to the person buying it. So take note, it's very important. Now, let me tell you another way to prove ownership. Another way you can prove an ownership of a property is that you have a survey plan, but it's not the main way. Just a mere survey plan, a registered survey plan can go a long way to explain that yes, the areas, the boundaries, or the piece of land has been given to this social person, and it will always go in line with the C of O. So, and with that, you can actually verify the true ownership. But one thing I will let you know that the survey plan, most especially right now, even in the city of Lagos now, survey plan, they can register survey plan 10,000 on top of one land. And now the worst part of it is that land title now, they can register a title, they can register a survey plan on a land that is acquired and is committed. That is update. It's happening now. So when you see a survey plan, please, I want to let you know that it's just to show a boundary that you own this place. It doesn't compare title to you. So don't think that you have a title when you have a survey plan or you have a receipt. I used to be angry whenever I see somebody saying that my document for my property is the survey plan and the receipt, family receipt. But they don't have title. Go and get title. Go and get a deed. Go back. No. I get a deed. It's a way to prove that boundary, that this thing shows that I have this portion has been given to me. Now, another way to prove your ownership is traditional evidence. Now, traditional evidence can be used to prove land ownership in the cases where there is no written document. Traditional evidence will come to play. Now, they will now look at the origin, the original family. How the land vested from the original family to A to B to this and that. That's traditional evidence. And most of them are not written. It's oral. You will ask questions. They will ask questions from here to here. You verify that. It's another way to prove and it's recognized by law. So take note of that. It's very important that you know that traditional evidence is very important when you want to trace the family land. It's very important. So another way to prove your ownership of land is an act of ownership. When you're exercising some act of ownership of land, act of ownership are those actions that demonstrate that a person has been exercising absolute control over a piece of land for a significant period of time. You must show cause that this land has been in my absolute possession and I have been exercising control over this property for a very long period of time. It's another way to prove that. And this may include that you have built house on it and nobody has challenged you. You have planted trees, you have been harvesting the trees, nobody has challenged you. You have been paying taxes on this property and no one has challenged you. So many things, planting crops and doing all sorts of things, cultivating the land and nobody has challenged you. You must show cause. This land, I've been in physical and absolute possession of this land for a very long time. And once you can show that, it's another evidence that this land belongs to you and is unquestionable. Please take note. It is important for you to know that for you to prove ownership of land, you must always get any of these things that I mentioned. And in some cases, it may be necessary for you to use combination of both methods to prove your ownership. That you use, in fact, you can use every one of them. So don't rely on only one. So you don't know where your opponent will attack. If you are involved in any land dispute, it is very important to consult a lawyer, please, to discuss your options. A lawyer can always help you to understand the law and to gather the evidence you need to prove your ownership of land. Get a lawyer today. Get a lawyer now. In case whether you have dispute now or whether you are engaging any dispute. And if you have a property and you own it, it's for you. You use your hard-earned money to buy it. Do not stay money from anybody to buy. Please make sure you have a lawyer to guide you. And now, here are some additional tips to prove land ownership in Nigeria. Stay tuned to this YouTube channel. Stay tuned to my social media. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly do so. It's going to empower you. It's going to energize you. You're going to learn a lot once you subscribe, because at the end of the day, you continue to get notifications only if you click on the notification bell. So that you continue to click on the notification bell now, so that you get updates, and please share this video to anyone you love so much, because this video can help you. It can help someone out there that will make mistakes, so that you know how to prove your title. And once you have any of this, you are able to stand strong. Now, take note that keeping a good record of all transactions related to land is very important. Do you understand? And this includes deed of assignment, receipt, and survey plan. You need to give. You see, when you buy a property, always make sure you keep all the same. Deed of assignment, take note of it. The survey plan, the receipt, that is the purchase receipt issued by the seller. It may be the family, if it's family land, let it be a family receipt. They will give you a receipt bearing the family name. It's very important. Please take note of that. Don't make any mistake. Keep this document very well. It's very important. And beware of traditional land ownership. Please, the practice directions is somehow versatile. Is somehow challenging, because to prove that is very difficult. To prove it, because now let me tell you why it's difficult. You will see some transactions, some land that they have a family, a very big family. Later they will now start having sectional family. Now, let me tell you something. There is what is called partitioning of land. If that family has not partitioned the land and shared it among the subdivisions of the family, it will still go back to the head of the family. Do you understand? So it's only when there is an evidence of partitioning that this land belongs to family A, this belongs to family B, this belongs to family C. That is only when those family A, B, C can issue a receipt bearing their name, family name A, B, C. Otherwise, you go to the head family. It's very important that you know this. Very important, because one, that you may find it difficult to prove it if you don't deal with the real family owner. You may end up proving your title. You find out that this property belongs to the bigger family and you bought it from a sectional family. It happens frequently in Lagos State, most especially Lekki, Ibeju Lekki, and Aziz, Ikorodu, Abara, Ogun State, Okpata, Mowo, Ofada, Shimawa. Those are the outskirts where people are rushing to buy investment land, especially Nigerians in diaspora. Most of this, my video is for them, specially made for our brothers out there. They have suffered a lot. Our brothers out there, if you have a brother, if you have somebody, brother or sister, out there in diaspora that wish to buy property, please share this video to them. It's very important so that let no one deceive them. My video is an update. I'll keep updating you on things that you need to know. Keep sharing the video because it's going to help someone out there. No one will cheat you after watching my video. If you watch all my video presentation, no one will deceive you. You will know the fact. You will know your rights, and you will be able to protect your property. Your hard-earned money, you will be able to protect it. So please make sure that you don't make mistakes. Be prepared to provide evidence of your act of ownership anytime you are being called upon. With this guide, you don't need to start running head and schedule and start wondering how to get this thing now. So please take note of that. Get all your witness anytime you want to buy property. Make sure they sign for you so that anytime issue comes, they can appear for you. It's very important. Don't just buy property without having a witness to sign the document for you. Please, it's very important. Take note of that. And finally, please, my dear investor, property buyer out there, or property owner who has bought before, please make sure that you protect your property very well. Protect your title. Anything can happen at any time. And if you have gotten a property, you have not perfected the title document, please perfect the title document so that if anything happens tomorrow, you have something to hold. If you buy a property, let me tell you something. If you buy property and execute a deed of assignment and go with it and keep your deed of assignment under your box without perfecting it, my dear, what you're carrying is invalid document. You don't have a title document. you are carrying invalid document. You can only tender that in evidence that you bought. Somebody else can buy that same property and go and register it, perfect the title document, and you take advantage of value. And anything can happen. If government want to do compulsory acquisition, they will only compensate that person who has gone further to perfect title document. That's why I always encourage people to perfect title document. To perfect title document does not cost a lot, as you may think. Maybe we have been meeting people, you'll be imagining that the money is too big. The money is not that too big. To compare what you will lose when you fail to perfect your title document. So it's very important. So please, I wish you all the best, and I encourage you to stay tuned with me, and I'll continue to guide you. Make sure you do the needful. If you have a question, kindly drop your question on the comment section. I will always respond to you. Whatever you ask, and my number will always be made available. You can check me from my Facebook, from my Instagram, any of my pages. This video is to be shared here. Anything you want to ask questions, I am ready to guide you. Stay tuned, and I wish you all the best. Bye for now.